Hey y'all, what is up YouTube? Sparky Marky Mark here, and I'm back to do an announcing video plus pre-order update. Oh, this is a bit the same. For a stuntman actor you might be familiar with. This is for a stuntman actor who you might be familiar with, a Mike DeLuna. If you know who he is, he's a stuntman actor and stunt doubled some familiar faces and actors and worked on some good budgeted films, or maybe somewhat. He was the additional crew in the 1990 film Skydiver in Navy SEALs, was the special aerial coordinator in the 1989 film Mike Hammer, Murder Takes All. That was a television film. Hold on, that was my mistake. That was additional crew, and he acted in some films. Looking to Get Out, 1982, LA Takedown, Underrun, and other projects he had done. Only 6 to his credit name, and he quite did 60 for stunt work. Smoking the Bandit 2, credited as Michael DeLuna, and then was in Cannibal Run, Mega Force, Friday 13 Part 3, doubling Richard Brooker in the hanging scene, where the final girl hangs Jason Voorhees. So yeah, that's what he did. Class Reunion, National Lampoon's Vacation. Again, he did stunt. He just did stunts. Stranger's Kiss, and then 1983 Scarface with Al Pacino. Also, that year in 1984, he did 2 films, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, again, stunt performer, and he was stunt player in Cloak and Dagger with Henry Thomas and Danby Coleman. And of course, just credited as Mike DeLuna and The Avengers of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, with Jeff Goldblum, Lewis Smith, John Lithgow. And then Invasion USA with Chuck Norris. He did Thunder Run, The Delta Force with Chuck Norris, Firewalk with Chuck Norris, other few films, also Lethal Weapon in 1987 with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. He was the stunt coordinator and did stunts for that film. Bulletproof, don't get confused with the 1996 film. No, I like the 1986, so I don't know much about this movie. Then was Broderick, Missing in Action 3, 1988 with Chuck Norris. And then that same year, he did stunts for Police Academy 5, Police Academy 5, Assignment, Miami Beach. And then did a few films like, say, Phantasm 2. Yep, he did stunts, and he was a stunt player on that one. Also, he did the 1988. He did the Blob remake, 1988. That one's pretty cool. Yeah, the Blob, 1988. He only did stunts. Worked with Chuck Norris again in Hero and the Terror. Again, Michael DeLuna. Then did the stunts for the 6th installment of the Police Academy films, Police Academy 6, City Under Siege. And then would later work with James Cameron in the 1989 film The Abyss, and then later did Tango and Cash with Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. Then did stunts for Predator 2, Almost an Angel, the sequel Beastmaster, which I don't know if that was well received or not. And he also did for the Disney film that any of you are familiar with, The Racketeer. Yes, that was Yep, and it was directed by Joan Johnstein, and it has Jennifer Connelly in it. Timothy Dalton is in this film. Terry Quinn, Paul Sorvino is in the house. Some familiar faces that you're familiar with. Yep, that came out around the time when I was born, and would work with Steven Spielberg in Hook, Basic Instincts, which I believe it was directed by Paul Verhoeven. Yep. He did stunts for that film and did stunts and skydiving, and was the coordinator in the TV series General Hospital in the 90s. Then was in Kickboxer 4, The Aggressor. He was the stunt coordinator, and he did stunts for the second film of the Jack Ryan films called Clear and Present Danger. And did stunts for Sweeper, Alienation, The Enemy Within. That was a TV film. Barbed Wire with, what was her name? Pamela Anderson. And worked with Steven Spielberg again in The Lost World, Jurassic Park. And then and he worked in the 1997 film called Steel with Shaquille O'Neal, even though that film wasn't well received. Fire Down Below. So he did stunt work, all right. So enough chit chat about this. Let's check out the pre order. So, folks, here you go. Yep, and this guy, of course, he doubled Richard Brooker as Jason during the hanging scene, double Al Pacino as Tony Montana when he falls off the balcony and on at the end of the film into the water. National Lampoon's Vacation, doubling the character of Clark Griswold, and then I believe it was Chevy Chase. Yeah, when the station wagon crashes, and was the stunt performer in Friday 13, the final chapter, which of course instead of Richard Brooker, Ted White played Jason, which you already know that. And then was in the Blob, 1988, as one of the hazmat suits and the Blob that gets tossed in the air. Then was in The Racketeer, 1991, the Racketeer when... Okay, hold on. Alright, whenever he has the mask during the stunt scene, so that's him as the Racketeer during the time when he's wearing the mask, and was in Falling Down, Define Stunts. It's one of the guys in the film when he gets shot and falls into the water at the end of the film. I believe that movie stars Michael Douglas, sorry. So yeah. I could be wrong though. Yeah, it was with Michael Douglas. So yeah, here is Mike DeLuna private signings. So let's see how many we have here. Okay, let's see what we have here. You got the National Lampoon scene where he's driving the station wagon. Here's the end in Scarface where Tony Montana gets blasted with the elephant gun by the henchman, the Skull, in Scarface. He did Racketeer when he's wearing the mask. Then he is in that scene where he has to hold his breath underwater, playing dead, after the henchman with the elephant gun shoots him. You have the poster of Friday 13 Part 3 3D poster. You got the sequence where Jason is being hanged. Jason number 3 to be exact. Then you have the theatrical poster release for Friday 13 the final chapter. Poster for the Racketeer, just the character. Then you have the theatrical poster for the Racketeer. Then you have a Funko Pop and the hockey mask. So yeah, that's approximately about 11 posters. 11 photos and 11 items to have signed. So with that, let's take a look at the items in questioning. So let's start with the 8x10s. Okie dokie. The 8x10 is going to have the National Lampoon's Vacation stunt, the station wagon, 2 from Scarface where he falls down to the water, and then at the end of the film, that was doubling Al Pacino's Tony Montana. Then you got a photo of the Racketeer, you got the poster, and then you got the scene from the movie. Okay. 11 by 14. Okay, same here. Yeah, 8x10 or 11 by 14 for the Jason number 3. It's your choice. Now we have the 12 by 18 inch posters. Nothing here. Oh yeah. Yeah, the Racketeer posters, photo or posters, whatever. And the theatrical posters for Friday 13 Part 3 and the Racketeer. Now we have the one size. Funko Pop is going to cost you about 75 bucks. 85 bucks for that. But let's see the but I gotta check out the other ones. Hold on, y'all. I get confused sometimes. I forgot to mention the price. Okay, so 8x10s, 30 bucks for each item. And let's see here. 11x14 is going to cost you about 40 bucks. And and let's see, the 12x18 inch is going to cost you about $55. Hold on a second. If I missed out on 11x14s, which I certainly don't know much about it, which I might have showed it or not. Oh well. I don't think there ever was 11x14. Where is there? Nah. So yeah, $30 for the 8x10s, 40, and then for the items in question, the one size is going to cost you approximately 85 for the mask and $75 for the Funko. So yeah, that's all you have to know, folks, for the items in question. So yeah, if you want it, links in the description box down below. And this item ends on August 1st. So you have plenty of time if you want to get it or not. It's your choice. So anyways, y'all, this is Sparky Marky Mark signing off. Y'all take care, God bless you, and enjoy the weekend.